Good evening, Firebirds. Welcome back to another excellent Thursday. And you know what that means? It's another Firebirds Overwatch. This week, we have Firebirds versus Kansas Wesleyan Coyotes. I'm your host, the Bearded Man.
And I'm Tan.
And we're up. This is first real season of the year for Overwatch. First real season game, I should say.
Really excited here. We got a best of 5 now we're going into instead of a best of 3, which they're just doing 3 maps, which we were doing all throughout activation.
Mm-hmm. But this time, this is the same school all night. Unlike activation, where it was 2 schools per day, this is the same team. Same school, not the same teams.
Altogether,
they can swap people out. But.
Less confusion for us, though.
Oh, yeah. Much easier.
Get the names down. I'm already looking at the roster here for the Coyotes. We've got Viking, Nick, Pride, Crockett Ship, Linked Claw, and Jinx 7. Much better and easier names to get down like that.
Crockett Ship, I'm gonna say Rocket Ship at some point, or I don't know. I might just try and say Crockett, but
that's okay. With the Valorant team, they have Slum Dank. I kept saying Slam Dunk.
You were also saying Golden Knights instead of the Black Knights for West Point. But you know how it is.
That wasn't on me, I would say.
Carthage's opening lineup: we have Crazy Mage, Donut, Lunar Synergy, Psychopreds, NANCakes, and Hubbub. This is a good lineup. Now, I'm excited for this.
I'm excited. So we want to run through the maps real quick that we're going to be possibly seeing.
Map 1, we have Busan, the control point. Map 2, we have Blizzard World, the hybrid map. Map 3, we have Dorado, which is the assault map. Map 4 is Hollywood, which is hybrid again. Map 5? I lost count. Map 5, we have Nepal, which is a control map.
And then just in case, if something goes terribly wrong and somehow we tie on one of these maps, we have Route 66 there for Map 6 as a backup.
I will be shocked if we play on Route 66.
I'm hoping
we are ready for that. We are ready. We will be thrown off guard if we do. But not thrown off guard. What am I talking about?
We're always on. We're always on.
We are always on.
You've never seen these commentators make a single mistake. Ever.
No, I never make
Obviously.
mistakes. Obviously. What map is this next one? Busan?
Busan.
Now, I like this map. I like Busan, and everybody hates it. The one time I don't like it is, what is it, Downtown? I think that's the map. I should know. But that map is just very difficult to get that initial clear, and once you grab that point, it's really hard to retake, especially with all that high ground around the control point.
And that's kind of like the main thing for most control sites. Whoever gets control first, it's a pretty good road to the finish line there for them.
Definitely. High ground is always a great place to stay. As they say in Star Wars, I have the high ground, and you know the rest.
Yeah, I know. We can't let you say it all. You're gonna sound too similar, and we're gonna get a copyright strike.
But I could recite it all. Unfortunately, that's what I do in my spare time. Is I take a look at all that. All right. But it looks like first map, Busan Mecha Base. I'm curious what comps we're gonna throw. Now I know Overwatch has practiced a lot of different comps since we last saw them. So I'm confident we're going to be a little bit more strategized. You know, a lot of these strategies might be a little bit more clear to see. I don't know what to expect with Kansas Wesleyan. We played them week 1 in activation.
Right.
But it has been plenty of time since then. So
2 weeks, teams can change completely. But now we have some team compositions locked in for the Firebirds, at least. It seems Crazy Mage will be on Sigma. That is, I believe, his main hero that we've seen throughout the entire season so far. Donut is going to be on Cassidy. We've got Lunar Synergy playing Soldier 76. Psychopreds will be on Orisa. NANCakes will be playing that Baptiste. We love to see the NANCakes Baptiste.
Unbelievable.
And Hubbub is playing Lucio as we get started here in game 1.
I think a double shield comp with a Baptiste and Lucio is a very powerful comp. Cassidy and Soldier 76, definitely solid DPS players to choose from, especially against that hit scan. But it looks like a certain fight's happening, but our camera is not viewing that fight, so I have no idea what to expect. There we go. There we go. Looks like Kansas Wesleyan, very aggressive initially. Definitely picking off that Doomfist for Carthage picking off that Doomfist is really
Carthage
powerful,
picks off the Rhine,
which is very good for Carthage. Carthage moving in slowly, mopping up a lot of Kansas Wesleyan, forcing a lot of Kansas Wesleyan to just run around back to the point and potentially retreat. Looks like Carthage is going to secure point right away That is great.
Insane first fight for the Firebirds there, as they're able to almost completely team wipe and gain control of the point, which should give them a really easy road going forward as long as they lock it down.
Now, the key with control points is a lot of times the first team to secure point is going to do really good because they will have a lot of stuff in their favor. But it looks like Kansas Wesleyan's Reinhardt already up with a shatter, which could be game-changing.
But it doesn't seem to be, as that's 3 picks again by the Firebirds onto the Wesleyan Coyotes.
Firebirds are right off the bat very aggressive against Kansas Wesleyan and definitely showing improvement over the past couple weeks. I believe we lost to them week 1 in activation.
I do think that is what happened, and frankly, it wasn't pretty.
It was not pretty.
So this is already a great change of pace to see by the Firebirds.
Now, Kansas Wesleyan's Reinhardt using the shatter, but it is blocked by Crazy Mage's Sigma Shield, which was beautiful to see. Great timing from Crazy Mage there, and definitely saving most of Carthage's team.
Yes, now Firebirds, they still have access to 3 ults to use at their disposal to hold this point away.
But it looks like Kansas Wesleyan doing a lot of ults, using the beat drop, moving in, and trying to do a lot of damage, definitely getting a lot of those picks on Carthage, and Carthage being forced to regroup, almost a team wipe.
Yeah, that was an insanely powerful beat drop by the Coyotes Lucio to therefore just, give the cushion of health to all the Wesleyan Coyotes. They were able to wipe out the Firebirds there.
But Carthage already up by 31%. At 51% total for the point. It's going to be good. I mean, they have a good amount of time to push. We know we can do it. We have 3 ults to work with, which that High Noon by Donut.
Oh, and there it is.
Donut's going to hop. I knew it. He was going to pop it, but will he get any picks? He didn't get any picks, unfortunately, but he's staying in cover, in that natural cover, shooting at this D.Va. This D.Va's aggressive, but not enough. She's out of mech already, which is looking good. Lunar Synergy going for the back cap, which is great to see because, unfortunately, it was great to see, but Kansas Wesleyan got most of Carthage's team.
Almost done there.
But Kansas Wesleyan now in the lead with percentage on point, 63% to 51%.
And a lot of ults at their disposal.
Mm-hmm. Now, Carthage already they still have Graviton Flux and Soldier Visor. But will that be enough? Now, Coyotes using D.Va ult, but Crazy Mage not able to block that shatter. D.Va getting a pick on...
Oh my gosh.
Kansas Wesleyan.
Insane play by the Pride.
3K.
I think it was 4. It was 4. I definitely saw 4. And there's a 5 on NECC. That was an insane play by the Coyotes Reaper.
Coyotes getting a solid team wipe on Carthage, unfortunately. But will it be enough? Carthage probably going to lose point. Kansas already in overtime at 99%. Carthage has 2 people on point. One people on point.
It's going to be tough.
Graviton Flux, not enough. Too slow.
We still
Kansas Wesleyan having 4 people, and the beat drop is going to secure the win. It looks like not quite. Donut's staying in there. He's playing Tracer like Tracer should be played, but it wasn't enough.
Wow.
Kansas Wesleyan got the point, and the Rhine securing with that charge. We are only getting audio.
Insult to injury there on that last little kill.
We are only getting the voice lines, so we just heard Lucio screaming there. That was hilarious. That was great to see. But we had a solid start on that last point, but we just couldn't hold it, unfortunately. But I think Kansas Wesleyan definitely getting the upper hand with a lot of those ult timings.
Yeah,
I think they always had like half of their ults, which definitely paid off, as you can see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pride definitely getting that 3K, 4K, I think.
Frankly, I think it might have been a 5K.
It could have been a 5K.
Just an insane
they eventually
play.
had a team wipe
insane.
there. So, but it looks like map 2, downtown, Kansas Wesleyan going D.Va, Winston, Sombra, Reaper, Lucio, and Moira.
And for the Firebirds, we've got Crazy Mage switching over from Sigma to Zarya. Donut's still on Cassidy. Lunar Synergy still on 76. Psychopreds, yeah, nothing else has changed there. Same composition.
Now, it looks like Carthage remaining a similar setup, but Kansas Wesleyan going hardcore dive comp.
And Crockett Ship able to get the early pick on Lucio.
That is not looking good. Even on BAP died, unfortunately. And Kansas Wesleyan getting both of Carthage's tanks in that initial fight. Not looking good for Carthage right now for their initial fight. Kansas Wesleyan, of course, capturing point there and securing it. Carthage is forced to regroup near spawn.
Now, what was it you were telling me about Busan's downtown map?
Downtown is a very hard map to regain, unfortunately.
Yes.
It's not impossible, but it's not easy. Especially when they have the dive comp is really good on this because they can take those high grounds really quick and easy, and definitely throw a lot of people off the bat. Now Sombra is attacking from above, definitely hacking everybody to throw them off their rhythm a little bit, getting rid of those abilities. But Carthage is able to pick off their Winston and their Sombra, and a little bit more aggressive now because they are up in numbers.
You know, we're seeing that Wesleyan might have bit off a little more than they could chew on that aggressive take toward the Firebirds.
I really hope Carthage is proving me wrong here in Cap's point, because it looks like Psychobrats with a charge in, getting the Moira, getting the Reaper. Now Kansas Wesleyan ulting with Primal Rage right there, but Lunar Synergy using his Visor to help do a lot of that damage to those leftover squishy people. Getting the picks, Lunar Synergy getting 2 picks in that, and Kansas Wesleyan being forced off point. Psychobrats running in, trying to get that stagger on Carthage or on Kansas Wesleyan.
You know, frankly, I think Hubbub had a really key beat drop in there. It was looking real bad when the Coyote Winston decided to ult, but the beat drop, it evened it out. It didn't really allow him to do too much.
Excellent.
Great actual tracking. That was great tracking.
That was great tracking, and that rollout by that Lucio was really good. Definitely distracting people a little bit, but that D-Volt not getting anybody, which is good, but using it more as an aerial denial. Kansas Wesleyan doing a lot of damage. Reaper's looking to teleport in with the ult and using the ult, but not enough. Only picking off Nancakes, which could be actually turning the game in their favor, but enough of Carthage is still alive that it could go either way. It looks like we have a 3v3, and Carthage is wiped out by those few stragglers by the Coyotes. I'm just gonna say Coyotes. It's less of a mouthful than Kansas Wesleyan.
I mean, whatever works for you. I mean, as long as it identifies them.
Now it looks like the Coyotes once again securing point, moving up to 71% as opposed to Carthage's 45%. Now Carthage is able to do it once, but a lot of that dive comp is just running into the backline of Carthage and taking a lot of damage, or doing a lot of damage to our backline. Once again, Primal Rage. Once again, that Winston Primal Rage knocking people around and causing a lot of damage. But Psychopred's still up, getting just pocketed by every bit of every resource that Carthage has. But will it be enough? Could be. Kansas Wesleyan diving into the back onto Lunar Synergy, and Coyotes forcing it into overtime. A lot of ults by the Coyotes. Coyotes with a 3K on that D-Volt, 4K, almost a team wipe.
It was a great combo with that Sombra's ultimate. It took away all utility that could have blocked any of that D-Volt, and it locked it up for the Coyotes.
Sombra, really good for utility there, denying a lot of ults, hacking people, getting rid of all their abilities. However, not that much DPS, but as you can see, they were fine in the DPS department. They were able to do a lot of damage. Of course, Coyotes,
wow.
Coyotes getting that excellent team wipe.
I'm a little confused how that was the Ryan's play of the game. Even in the kill feed, it showed up that it was Reaper getting all those plays. I'm giving my play of the game to the Reaper in that one.
I think, I agree there. Now, that Ryan, though, that shatter definitely helped. If Crazy Mage were to block that shatter, I think we would have not been having this discussion right now. I think it would have been a lot of a different game to see. But there's still one. Crazy Mage got that first Ryan shatter blocked, which definitely helped secure that point.
Yes. Now, as a quick recap, though, the Coyotes do go up 1-0 in our best of 5 series. We are going to cut to a quick little intermission before the next match starts, as we are going to be heading to Busan.
No.
I mean, not Blizzard World.
Blizzard World.
Red Maps, and then Busan. Blizzard.
We are back with tonight's game Firebirds versus Kansas Wesleyan. I was about to say Overwatch versus Kansas Wesleyan.
Well, hey, that's how they say it in our announcements.
That's how I have it in my Google Calendar, my reminders.
It's Overwatch versus Kansas Wesleyan. All right, but here we are, though, on Blizzard World as we're preparing to attack. No, it looks like the Firebirds will be on defense first.
Switching up the colors on us once again, making our lives a little bit more difficult, but we shall persevere. We've done it before, but
We've also failed it before. But
we
let's
have
hope
failed
that's
it.
not how it goes this time.
Now, for those who are new to the game, Hybrid, a very simple game mode. The attacking team must first control or contest a point, hold it with no enemies on that point for a certain amount of time, and then escort a payload that will activate on that point to the other side of the map.
And it seems, getting into composition here, the Firebirds looking like they will have Crazy Mage back on Sigma. Donut still playing Cassidy, Lunar Synergy playing 76. Orisa being played by Psychopreds. NECC not on Baptiste, but on Ana this time, and Hubbub will be playing Zenyatta.
Definitely a double shield comp really works out. I think it's definitely going to be really good against this clear dive comp.
Yes, as we can see, they are sticking to that dive comp with a Winston, Diva, Doomfist, Lucio, Reaper, and Moira.
Their Reaper was deadly that last game,
Yes.
so hopefully...
But you have to note, Pride is not playing Reaper this time around.
Pride
It
is
is
not.
Tiny Warrior. Pride is playing Doomfist.
Very
this
true.
time around.
Now, Pride getting a lot of really good kills on that, but Carthage taking the high ground already off the bat. Coyotes are immediately pushing in, trying to use that statue as cover, and Carthage is just scaring them. They're hiding, but they are diving up onto point, doing a lot of damage. Tiny Warrior as Reaper, getting that easy pick on both of Carthage's DPS, and now one of their healers, Hubbub, is down. Carthage just remaining as their tanks. It is not looking good for Carthage.
You know, Carthage just doesn't seem to have an answer to that dive comp
They
yet.
don't.
I mean, I frankly, I'm not huge into Overwatch strategy, but like, you know, maybe having one per DPS be a little less hit scan. I just think maybe that'll help. So because there's got to be some brawling happening here, and it's just they don't know what to do when they're rushed down like that.
I agree. I think hit scan is good to some point, but not necessarily. We might need something a little bit more damage, a little bit more utility. A Sombra would be good because there's a lot of abilities. If you hack that Doomfist, the Doomfist is just easy pickings.
It's got what, 4 shots?
Yeah, 4 shots, and they don't even do that much damage. So it'll be interesting. Now Crockett Ship just hanging out on point, making sure it moves.
Just moving it along right there. Crockett Ships got this on lock.
Now it looks like the Coyotes waiting for point to move a little bit before they actually jump onto point, or jump onto Carthage, I should say. But a lot of Donuts getting a lot of that easy hits, little picks.
A lot of poke damage going on by the Firebirds right now as they move on in. You know, Crockett Ship still trying to hold down the point, and they will be able to do so far.
It looks like Kansas Wesleyan moving inside while Carthage is able to pick off that Lucio who's on point. Psychopred's falling. The dive comp is not really diving right now. Not yet. Now, for those who don't know at home, a dive comp is basically just a team that is really good at diving onto the other team. Not so much playing a slow and progressive point, but just immediately jumping in, causing a lot of chaos, especially in the back line of Carthage. But right now, they're not really diving.
And I gotta give credit to Carthage on some of that. They're spreading out just a little bit. And, you know, I think it's creating that space that is not giving them the opening to dive.
Dive comp's not too good when it comes to payload escort, though, because you do need to play on that payload.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't switched yet, but it's working out for Carthage, I'll say that. So don't switch, Coyotes. But it looks like Coyotes are going to have to regroup. Carthage has stopped point right now, but Coyotes are actually moving in behind them, it looks like, to the far right side. Doesn't look like Carthage knows they're there.
Carthage, I don't think, realized.
Once again, Coyotes have dived onto the back line just as dive comps do, but the Graviton Flux again to rise everybody up in the air, and Carthage able to get a few picks, but will it be enough? It doesn't look like it. Psychopred's getting a lot of damage, ultimately falling to that Primal Rage, and the rest of Carthage, they have pushed Carthage back to Carthage's spawn. It is not looking too hot. Tiny Warrior getting
my
that pick
gosh.
on Lunar Synergy, and it looks like Coyotes are able to grab point.
Honestly, I think we just got to call that actual spawn camping.
Yeah, actually spawn capping.
By the Coyotes there.
Unfortunate, but it's working in their favor. I mean, a lot of Carthage needs to back up a bit because they have Coyotes have spawn advantage right now, meaning they spawn right next to the cart right now. So, and once again, that Reaper roll doing a lot of damage, but Carthage is able to counter it right away, ensuring it doesn't do getting any elims right off the bat.
NECC's able to pick that one right off.
Good to hear, good to hear. But it looks like Coyotes slow and steady. Carthage is able to get a bunch of picks. This angle is a little bit deadly for Carthage. They have a lot of natural cover.
Not easy to dive on.
Not easy to dive because they have a lot of those really tight corners that you can't exactly jump around. But will it be enough? Will Kansas Wesleyan go in the back lines? Because there's a lot of...
We'll have to see. I mean, a lot of time left for a bunch of pushes. We got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left.
It looks like Coyotes using their Diva ult, their Diva bomb, but it's not enough to get any picks. Lunar Synergy getting that easy pick. Well, actually, Crazy Man's getting that pick on the Winston, which is going to cause Kansas Wesleyan to be down quite a lot of muscle.
Wow.
So, wow, NECC's getting a 2K there.
Wow.
Well, not a 2K. Getting that Diva Mac. Lunar Synergy getting the double on the visor. Carthage, once again, killing most of the Coyotes.
Great defense there by the Firebirds.
Great defense by the
They were able to
Firebirds.
pick them off just one by one. You know, everyone, they focused their targets when they had to. You didn't see someone focusing one and then realizing that someone else was on their screen and immediately switching over and, therefore, you're spreading out the damage, but it's not really getting any kills.
Now, here's something interesting. The Coyotes switching from a Winston to a Wrecking Ball, and that completely removes their shield. They have no shield outside of Diva's defense matrix, but will it be enough?
Oh my gosh.
To
does
take
not
over
look like it's been
It
enough.
does not look like it, but they're using a bunch of ults. Transcendence was popped there. Lunar Synergy getting picked, but Carthage looks like they're going to be... Actually, there's not a single Carthage kill.
Yeah.
I don't think
Firebirds held that down.
I don't think Coyotes got a single kill in that entire fight, which is a very good sign. I'm wondering if Coyotes are going to switch back to a shield because they have no shield. That defense matrix doing a lot of soaking up a lot of those projectiles and
Honestly,
just damage. But
seeing where the ult is right now, I think Viking is going to try to go for the ult before they switch back.
now I say that and suddenly I don't know how to pronounce that name. Trippin.
Oh, we must have missed a sub in there.
We did miss a sub, but they switched from Diva to Reinhardt, so now they do have a shield, but it's not going to be that much of a mobile shield. That ball is going to be diving on a point, but
Tiny Warrior also switching to Hanzo instead. They've completely switched off of their dive composition, realizing it hasn't been doing the trick, and hopefully it gives them a little more success going forward as Firebirds unleash 3 ults at once.
Tiny Warrior using the Hanzo Dragon, getting a pick on NECC, getting a pick on Crazy Mage. This might be it for Coyotes. This might be the push that they need. The picks. Carthage is down to 2 people remaining. Lunar Synergy applying a lot of poke damage, a lot more poke damage, but Carthage is going to have to regroup and they're going to have to reposition really fast because Coyotes are almost capping point right now. They are on cart. They are pushing Carthage back to their spawn, and it looks like Coyotes securing point. 55 seconds left, though. That is really good because that is something very possible.
Yeah, that's not a lot of time to work with. Firebirds do have to push all the way to the 3rd point, clear the entire map in order to even bring it back to the Coyotes being on attack. But I think the Firebirds are going to be able to do it. We've seen great success, especially in the last week on their hybrid maps.
Now, if Carthage is able to push it to the 3rd point, we will go into extra innings, as we call it, multiple rounds, overtime, whatever you call it, which we will do the same thing but with decreased time. Now, if Carthage doesn't push it to that last point, they will lose the map, unfortunately. But we have done really well with attack and hybrid maps, or assault and hybrid maps in the past. So I think we could definitely pull this off, especially getting more time.
Absolutely. Now, going forward, it looks like the Firebirds. Crazy Mage switching tanks again. He'll be playing Diva this time around with Donut still on Cassidy, Lunar Synergy still on Soldier 76. Psychopreds will be playing Ryan this time, NECC's on BAP, and Hubbub playing Mercy.
Now, Mercy Res is going to be really powerful. Will it be enough healing? I think because NECC is such an amazing healer as Baptiste, we have nothing really to worry about, and that res will definitely pay off in the future. Now, the Coyotes going double shield again, going Sigma, Orisa, Ashe. Ashe is a good pick. Ashe, you don't see that often. Baptiste,
You know what else you don't see?
Torbjorn.
Tiny Warriors on
Tiny
tour.
Warrior. Now, Carthage has pulled Torbjorn several times in the past, but whether or not it might be really good for them. It might be kind of bad. I don't know. And then, of course, Jinx 7 going Zenyatta, adding a little bit more DPS with that more secondary healing there. But it looks like Coyotes holding point, not in the high ground, but holding back on point. They know the Torp turret's there. Donut missing a few shots, but ultimately getting that Torp turret after a little bit. Psychopreds down to a little bit over half health, but getting that healing back. A lot of damage, taking those shields down, but they're able to get that. Once again, there's that res on Donut, so we are back to full numbers for Carthage. That immortality field definitely helping secure Carthage a little bit there, but Coyotes holding them still. Carthage might just go the right side.
Listen, I'll tell you what, I don't know what Viking absorbed, but he was at almost 1,000 health the last time I was checking. Got him that ult immediately, and it's able to get some picks off for the Firebirds because of it.
Firebirds probably having to regroup at this point because they are down in numbers. Donut moving. He's still up there. He's hiding, I think. But definitely it looks like he's trying to retreat tactically to get back to his team. Now, NECC has that amplification matrix, which will cause Carthage to do a lot more damage unless the Coyotes are smart and move out of the way.
Move to the other side.
Move out of the way. There's a lot of natural cover where they're at right now, which is really good.
It seems like where the Firebirds are trying to set up, it will be at a point where, you know, it can't be that.
Now there you go. There's the amplification matrix. Now the Coyotes will need to hide, but it looks like the Coyotes are going to go behind and get all those kills. Zenyatta getting 2 kills there in that fight. That was...
You know, I'm a big fan of Zen DPS. I'll say it. I'm a big fan.
Zen DPS. When Zen DPS works, it just works.
It just works.
It just works. So it looks like Donut getting that pick on the Zenyatta, but will it be enough? Getting these shots on the Sigma, but not enough to get the kills. Looks like they have 1:55 left. No progress on point whatsoever. I say that, but now they're actually on point. Only one contesting. Torbjorn using his molten core to lay it all on point, making sure that nobody touches it or they will feel the consequences. But looks like Coyotes dumping a lot of ults. Lunar Synergy with that visor, getting a lot of kills in a 3K, but Coyotes using Bob on point, killing off one of Carthage's healers. Carthage getting rid of that Bob, but Coyotes are back on the point.
For the Coyotes to get back on the point. You know, they've got a couple, 3 now, I think, almost 4 back at the point. Firebirds running low in numbers on what they can put on the point. You know, they've got a lot of ults at their disposal that they could use, but it's got to happen soon.
Donut's got high noon right now, and it looks like he's going to go around. Might use this in the back line. Ryan with the Psychopreds with the stun, but it's enough. Crazy Mage gets 1 kill, and destroying the Torp turret and the Immortality field, and then combining that with McCree's high noon is securing Carthage the first point.
Yes, they will take this one here as they are going to be moving into the escort portion of the map. And the Firebirds, when we get to the hybrid maps, when I talk about them, they're extremely aggressive on these escort portions. We've seen them do very well. I'm excited to see what happens here.
Especially now that we have a Diva as our secondary tank. Definitely going to add that little bit of dive, that defense matrix, going to be able to soak up a few ults potentially. Especially that Torb Molten Core. But we'll see.
Yeah, we're seeing some poke damage go back and forth right now. Not a full-on battle is taking place yet.
I think a lot of
Donut did almost just get picked off by that Zenyatta, to be 100% honest. But got out of the way there.
Crockett Ship hiding right next to that turret. Really good high ground and line of sight to heal the rest of the team. Pride throwing in some TNT, whereas Viking as Sigma using the Graviton Flux, trying to get the kill, but it's not enough. NECC's using Immortality Field, but getting picked off right away. Hubbub dies. Diva's on a Matrix. Carthage they're holding their own, despite a few key picks on the Coyotes getting a few.
Yeah, but the real question is how long can it really last? You know, the Firebirds are being rained down with pressure by the Coyotes right now, as I get another pick on the Diva.
Torbjorn using his Molten Core to cause a lot of damage, kind of blocking off that Ryan. That Ryan is alone there, and Psychopreds ends up falling to the Coyotes, unfortunately. It looks like Carthage is going to have to regroup and hope. Now, Coyotes Torbjorn's right up there.
Coyotes are taking an aggressive approach to this one, I must say. They don't want him to even get near the point again.
But it looks like we are going to regroup a little bit, reassess the situation, plan out some attacks, and hopefully Carthage can pull some stuff off.
Yeah, you know,
NECC's almost dying there, but enough getting into cover in the nick of time.
Yeah, so the Firebirds are going to try to push here. You know, we're seeing picks back and forth. Advantage right now is again on the Coyotes, who also have Narissa ult going. You know, Pride, Crockett Ship, and Jinx all have access to their ults. You know, it's really just gonna be who's gonna use their ult game better, who's gonna reserve them for more pushes. We're approaching the final minute. Firebirds are only about halfway to the next point, and they have to start a whole new push again.
Now we did get the Crazy Mage switch from Diva to Zarya, which could be good, could be in their favor. I know Crazy Mage has a lot of practice as Zarya, so this might be good.
Insane kill by the Viking Sigma, but luckily NANCC's able to get the BAP Immortality Field down just in time.
Once again with those Immortality Fields, NANCC's is not deadly, but able to save the team. Anti-deadly. Lively?
Yeah.
Lively? But it looks like we're holding this really tight angle, trying to do a lot of damage, but Coyotes attacking from multiple angles. That Sigma just up there causing all this damage, ulting though, not getting a single person in that flux, but potentially getting the pick on Hubbub.
Wow.
Hubbub falls, and now Viking is just going to take care of the rest.
Oh no, not during
Donut using that ult in the last minute, but was it gonna pay off? Psychopred's using his shatter but not getting anybody. Carthage is in overtime. It looks like Crazy Mage is on point, so is Lunar Synergy. Will they be able to take it? It is not looking good, unfortunately, but it's still contested. Crazy Mage is holding. Hubbub's there to heal, but Hubbub falls. Now there's no healing except, well, Baptista's there, NANCC's is there, providing a lot of damage, but it looks like Coyotes are pushing Carthage back slowly but surely. Donut getting that pick damage as Tracer.
You know, we all saw the end of the game there. Just comes off the point a little too much, as the Kansas Wesleyan Coyotes will take game 2 there. We're about to head into the play of the game, and then you'll hear some analysis by Bearded Man and I.
Viking getting the play of the game. Of course, the Sigma. Viking's doing really good as Sigma. A lot of really good shots. I can't play Sigma if my life depended on it. So Viking definitely showing off a lot of skill there. Getting some. That was a beautiful play by them.
I think he also did then follow and finish off the last Firebird there.
Now, NANCC's getting 16,000 healing, 35% of the team damage taken. NANCC's was able to heal. Of course, Carthage.
You want to know what my key is?
What?
It's just at the end there, they had to take care of Viking. Viking was just 2 in their back line, 2 in their face all the time. And frankly, it didn't seem like Firebirds were communicating enough to because, all right, what was it? Sigma went and killed that Mercy, and Mercy gave no Firebird turned around to try and take care of the Sigma. So I don't know if there was a miscommunication there, but frankly, I think that was the key that really just broke the Firebirds back on that one.
Now, Donut, it looks like we have a substitution. Donut's leaving, and DK's taking the DPS slot. So now we have DK and Lunar Synergy as DPS.
All right, DK is there. He says hi to his brothers, by the way, who are watching, I believe, at home. You know, Diddy and Donkey.
I knew we said we were going to make that joke, and I'm glad we did, but oh my gosh. But I think Carthage has quite a bit. We have NANCC's and Westhoff going healer, and then Crazy Mage and Sam going...
no, NANCC's is going to be coming out for Westhoff on that one. Hubbub will still be playing the other healer.
Good catch.
Yeah,
it looks like we are definitely switching up our team. Like
Sam also coming in as a tank instead of Crazy Mage. Yeah, we're seeing almost a complete different composition by the Firebirds. And, you know, maybe it'll be enough. We're on the elimination game. You know, they could be a sweep for the Coyotes in this round. We're doing anything we can. Maybe it's a complete change of composition. Just any mental game that can be played, anything to throw off the Coyotes, because they've found a rhythm.
And definitely we have NANCC's and Donut going to sub, and Crazy Mage, 3 really good players, subbing out for some really good players as well. So that change, like you said, that change of comp might throw off the Coyotes, which I just realized their team name's Wumbo in this game for some reason.
Wumbo, you Wumbo, he, me, she, Wumbo. We can do it all day.
Wombology,
The study of Wumbo.
It's common knowledge, Tanner.
But since we're talking about the Wesleyan Coyotes, they do have another sub coming in. Instead of Jinx 7 playing, we will have Nick in this time around. And it seems like Pugby Trippin will stay in as well.
It is Pugby Trippin. I couldn't see that name.
I know, you were struggling.
I was struggling. I was trying to see it because it's not that big. I'm like, what? Because it had to be a word.
Yeah.
You know? But I just couldn't figure it out.
Well, we're going to grab a quick little water break, so we'll be back in just a couple seconds before the start of the next game.
Actually, no, we're not, because we're already ready for the next map.
We talked too long.
We talked too long. Which isn't always bad. We're here to talk. We're here to provide a narration and analysis, which is good. It looks like our next map, Dorado, it's not a hybrid map, it's an assault map. So you have that secondary, that payload aspect of it for the entire map, as opposed to the mixture of control and assault.
And so, hopefully that's what the Firebirds need, hopefully. I mean, hopefully they can take it all the way. It seems like they will be defending first. Yes, defending first.
And Coyotes attacking.
No color change for us again.
No color change as of right now.
We're good.
As of right now. But it'll be interesting. I think Dorado's a good map. I think Carthage is really good with Dorado. I'm curious because we're down.
For the best.
We can still pull it off. It's 2-0 right now in the series. We can pull this off. We could pull off Hollywood right next to this.
Yeah. So hopefully, the Firebirds get their reverse sweep right here. Let's check out the team composition going into this. We've got Sam on Zarya, DK playing Torb. We got Lunar Synergy on Soldier 76, Psycho Preds on Ryan. Westoff will be playing Lucio with Hubbub, rounding it out as Moira for the second support.
Lunar Synergy getting a lot of really good visors, a lot of good picks with those visors in the previous maps.
Oh, I agree. It's been some insane tracking by Lunar Synergy.
Definitely turning the game into Carthage's favor in those instances. So I'm really confident. I think Lunar Synergy can continue that and get a lot of those key picks when he has visor.
And now the Coyotes are starting their attack. They've got Viking playing Zenyatta, Pugby Trippin on Sigma, Lynx Claw playing Brigitte, which we have not seen at all during this match. Crockett Ship will be on Reaper, with Tiny Warrior playing Echo, another character we have not seen yet. And Nick will be playing Roadhog, another character we have not seen yet.
Now, Coyotes pulling off really new comps might throw Carthage off. Echo is really good on this map because there's a lot of really good high ground, a lot of good space to attack from above. And Echo's just an all-around really good character. I think this might be bad for Carthage, but it's hard to say. We might pull that off. Lunar Synergy getting a lot of poke damage right off in the back line of, or in the front line. Lunar Synergy was pushed up, I should say. But Carthage is able to hold them off under the arch. That arch is a really key point to play on this map. But Westoff trying to make sure those people on the right side do not attack point.
Not quite able to do so. Some of the Firebirds are picked off, which is allowing the Coyotes to just kind of seep on through that chokehold.
Coyotes able to get 3 picks, 4 picks now. Not looking good for Carthage. Carthage is probably going to have to give them this first point.
Although that might have been a bit of a wasted ult there by Nick for the Coyotes.
I agree. Now, Nick might be able to build it right away. Roadhog is really good at building that ult charge solely by taking damage. All the damage, most of the damage, exactly. As the Roadhog heals himself, all that damage is converted, well, not all that damage, a percentage of that damage is converted into ult charge. So Nick already at 40%. As I was saying that, like I said, really easy to get that. Echo's about to get the duplicate ability for the ult. It'll be interesting what Tiny Warrior uses it on, because that, of course, clones or allows Tiny Warrior to become another hero.
And there we see a very clutch beat drop by Westoff there to make sure that no damage is taken from Pugby Trippins.
Lunar Synergy applying a lot more poke damage. Deadly as Soldier. Lunar Synergy is doing really good. Has that visor. DK falls as Torbjorn. Psychopreds having the Rhine Shatter again. Will he use it? The Sigma shield's really good at blocking those. But it looks like Tiny Warrior using that duplicate as Rhine is able to charge in. Unfortunately, only being able to push them back. Not doing any damage, but pushing back Carthage.
Lunar Synergy with a visor kill on Echo there, and one on Link's Claw now.
I told you Lunar Synergy gonna be deadly with that ult. And now Firebirds pushing in that Sigma, getting that kill, probably forcing Coyotes to retreat a little bit.
Wow, you know, I'll be honest. I thought the Firebirds were on their back feet there. But they were able to immediately push back with the help of Lunar Synergy.
Lunar Synergy barely getting the kill on, just almost getting that kill on Viking. Viking probably had 5 health, which is a single shot from Soldier. So, but able to survive it, unfortunately. Viking having Transcendence, Reaper or Crockett Ship having the Death Blossom. A lot of ults for the Coyotes, but also Carthage having several ults.
We're seeing Sam on 100% charge for quite a while now.
Yeah, but Viking is able to get that pick on the Zarya, definitely just almost securing point. I think that was definitely a key pick for Coyotes. A lot of damage that Carthage just lost.
You know, for one thing I gotta give to the Coyotes that they've been doing really well is they're not just trying to stick with the point and move it. If they're starting to win a fight, they will take as much space as they can, and it's been working out for them.
It's all about creating space, because that is space that Carthage will eventually have to win back and then secure a point. And I think Carthage is just not able to do that at this time. But it looks like Coyotes just pushing it past point. They have a lot of time to push it, not a lot of distance. And they're still, Coyotes are still applying a lot of pressure. Roadhog going above, as Roadhog going above, trying to create a lot of damage, getting that hook, getting the pick on Psychopreds. Crockett Ship teleporting in the back. A lot is happening right now.
Another beat drop there by Westhoff.
Making play-by-play very difficult, but alas, Carthage is able to kind of pause point for a quick second. Just kidding. Coyotes are able to push it a little bit now. Viking still has Transcendence, and Pugby Trippin has that Graviton Flux. Not looking good. Honestly, I knew it. They're going to use it right on that tunnel and secure the point. Coyotes push it to the third and final checkpoint of the match.
With 3 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. Wow. An incredible push there by the Coyotes.
That's interesting.
You know, we're going to have to see a lot from the Firebirds now. We're going to have to see a lot. What do you have? I'm at a loss right now.
I'm at a loss too. Carthage is doing a lot of damage, but it's those ultimates that are definitely hurting Carthage. Coyotes have really good timing, really good coordination on those, and Carthage having Lunar Synergy doing really well with the visor, but it's not enough to turn the game. Well, it's enough to turn the game in Carthage's favor, but we're not able to hold that.
Yeah, frankly, maybe clutch factor is going to be my key. Is, you know, the Firebirds, they just haven't found their person that's going to come in clutch when you really need it. They've been getting their picks here and there. They've been winning their fights here and there, but they can't get it when they need it.
Not enough. Tiny Warrior pulling out the Symmetra, and Link's Claw going Ana. That Symmetra's gonna work. That Symmetra's gonna be really good for that arch as defense, because the key factor is Carthage getting rid of those sim turrets right away, or else it's gonna cause just a lot of damage to the tanks, especially. Not so much damage, but that slowing effect definitely hurts Carthage, and will definitely.
Now we see Westhoff switching over to Moira, Hubbub being on Mercy this time. Psychopreds will also be playing Hog now. Lunar Synergy switching from Soldier to Cassidy, and DK will instead be Echo this time around, with Sam rounding it out as Diva for the off tank.
Now Carthage doesn't have a shield tank.
Oh wait,
does not have a shield tank. Diva's the shield tank in our case, but she's not a dedicated shield tank, so the added DPS might play in our favor. But it looks like DK has Echo, getting a lot of those picks. Sam is able to fly up, get that pick on Viking, pushing Coyotes back to retreat to the lower ground.
This is the answer I wanted to see from the Firebirds. They are immediately through that first choke point, as they are just pushing the Coyotes back with a complete rushdown tactic.
Carthage is able to just apply a lot of damage, but what is that? Crockett Ship getting a lot of damage, a lot of aerial damage on that Echo. A lot of that hit scan damage really good against that Echo. So DK falls. We're almost up to a Valkyrie, which is good. Coalesces. We're up to a lot of our ults for the most part. Very close to our ults, I should say. But but so are the Coyotes. Coyotes having Graviton Flux, getting that early pick on Lunar Synergy, who switched to McCree. But Hubbub is able to res the McCree, but it's not enough. Coyotes are able to get the pick on Hubbub and
the
DK.
Coyotes doing a much better job. They've regrouped right now. They've regained their composures. They're about to almost team wipe the Firebirds there.
Definitely pushing Carthage back to their spawn once again to regroup and reassess. R&R, you know. 2 minutes left for Carthage to push it. They could do it. I mean, it's all about that extra time they get. That extra time they get when they secure the checkpoint.
No, I don't think any Firebirds are aware of the fact that Tiny Warrior is on top of that building right now, ready to drop down on them.
Yeah, Tiny Warrior not having Death Blossom, but is able to get that early pick on DK.
And then takes out Hubbub with the teleport from behind.
Linked Claw with an excellent sleep there. That was a great shot. I'll say that. But Psychopred's using that Pull Hog. Couldn't think of the name for a second.
Let me tell you, Firebirds already down to a minute and a half left. And they've got to push this the entire length of the field, by the way. It's a monumentous task, to say the least.
Psychopred's with an excellent hook on that Crockett Ship Soldier. Lunar Synergy almost getting a kill, but is probably going to fall to that Graviton Flux. Not enough health, unfortunately. For those who don't know, Graviton Flux doing half of the damage. Half of their health is damage, which is deadly at some times. But Viking, that's an interesting play. Viking using Transcendence to body block a lot of that healing that is just not able to go to Carthage. And ultimately, Tiny Warrior almost getting the kill on the Sombra. Lunar Synergy in the backline, trying to 1v1 the Sigma, but it's not enough. He falls to Coyotes. Carthage has 38 seconds left to push. It is not looking good for Carthage. It might be a 3-0 wipe on Carthage, unfortunately. But this was Coyotes performed really well. A lot of their ult management.
Psychopred's is using his ult somewhere in some battle.
He got the pick on the other Hog, which is actually a good. I'd say that's good, because that means they are down a lot of that muscle, down a lot of that damage. Even that CC without that hook, they're not able to control the point. But Lunar Synergy getting the pick on Tiny Warrior. Westhoff using the Coalescence, trying to do a lot of that healing, but also that damage. Both healers for Carthage backing up. But DK right there in the front line. Psychopred's getting the hook. Carthage getting 3 kills while it's in overtime. Carthage just needs to stay on point in order. Psychopred's with that.
Another nice pick.
Another nice pick of Psychopred's. It looks like we might push it to point, but Coyotes might try and rush on the point and kind of stall it. Reaper going to the right. But Lunar
Synergy
seen
immediately
is able. Goodbye, Tiny Warrior. Carthage almost trying to cap point. There you go. Okay. 2 minutes, 30 seconds added to the clock because they captured the point. Can we use this momentum? I think
the hope.
Coyotes have a few ults, but so do we. So it's hard to say. Psychopred's is getting a really is popping off, as they say, as Roadhog. Definitely almost like a runner's high, popping off, getting a spike in adrenaline. I bet just performing to the top, or the peak performance, I should say. But Psychopred's using that hook, not getting anybody, but trying to make sure that nobody enters that area. Playing similar to Coyotes, pushing far up past point, while two people in this case, are staying on point. Sam as Diva going up top and trying to get some picks, getting pocketed by the Mercy, but Sam is out of the Diva mech because pushing too far up without a real good healer is not good. But it looks like Tiny Warrior using Death Blossom, not getting any picks. Westhoff getting a pick on Nick as Roadhog. Lunar Synergy getting 2 in the high noon. Crockett Ship only getting 1. Psychopred's getting the pick on Tiny Warrior. We are getting that res on Westhoff. Crockett Ship getting the Helix kill on that Roadhog. Lunar Synergy getting a Crockett Ship. Wow.
The Firebirds are rolling
so
right
much
now.
just happened.
As they waste no time, spending only a minute and a half getting to the next point. They will get one more fight on point before they can take it.
But Nick is about to fall. Nick falls. Carthage, can we push further? Getting the pick on Zenyatta. Getting that. Can we get anybody but? Can we get anybody else?
Main healer
looks like Coyotes. Coyotes are on point again. Lunar Synergy getting these picks. Getting the pick on Zenyatta. Psychobirds getting the pick on the Ash, getting the pick on the Sigma and the Soldier. Wow.
The Firebirds will take point 2, adding another 2 minutes to their clock.
Was it a minute?
Yeah, they had a minute left. They rolled to that second point.
They rolled to that second point.
You know, not in a great time place, you know, considering where we have to go from here.
It's
but
still
it's been
very
an unstoppable
doable.
Offense.
It is still very doable. Carthage just needs to be consistent with this push. It looks like Tiny Warrior switching off a Reaper onto Ash, which is an interesting choice. No longer close quarters, but it looks like Psychobird's getting that pick on Nick, which could be very good. Psychobird's about to use Whole Hog, getting that hook onto the Sigma.
Now, you see, he baited out the Sigma's, I don't know, whatever, absorbability, and then ulted afterwards.
Good strategy there.
Play.
But it's interesting. Coyote's really able to hold it, but Carthage is not falling too much. Sam, of course, dying, unfortunately, to the Coyotes, but as Diva, probably going to be able to move right back to point in quick succession.
Viking able to pick off DK there.
Ooh, did they just nano the Zenyatta?
Tell me they did.
They just nano the Zenyatta. It's working out.
DPS Zen, you love
DPS Zen is working out for them. But Coyotes are able to get those necessary picks, forcing Carthage to back up. Now Coyotes are pushing really far up, which plays in their favor because,
you know, they've only got 30 seconds left to defend, and when they respawn, they'll respawn pretty much on the point.
Exactly. That is exactly what I was about to say. Definitely a good strategy on their part, but it looks like Psychobird's missing the hook. That could have been a really good hook if they got it, but not enough. Carthage having a bunch of ults though, a bunch of ults to use, and Coyotes only having 3 ults at this point, but that Transcendence is going to be a really key factor. Sam getting the 2K, getting a tank, Coalescence getting the picks on the Roadhog. Sam is running in. Sam's probably screaming in celebration, but the bomb is going to throw a bunch of people up. Sam is able to dive, soak up a lot of that visor, and soaking up a lot of the damage. Lunar Synergy using a High Noon, but not getting anybody. Lunar Synergy getting, Ash, just kidding. Ash getting those picks, but Lunar Synergy getting one of their healers as the Viking. Viking switches from tank to healer, I just noticed. But very interesting. Viking, of course, typing in chat. Little bit of a trash talk there, but it looks like Coyotes will win round 3, winning tonight's series 3-0. Carthage just not getting enough of that. Westhoff getting the play of the game though. Great to see. Great to see. That was a great substitution. I think Westhoff definitely did.
I see Lunar Synergy talking about that nice Nano Zen gameplay there.
It's one of those things that you never see, but sometimes it works, and for their case it did. Viking very strong. Hubbub getting 16,000 healing, as opposed to NECC's Ana. 26% of the team damage taken.
Yeah.
Hubbub was able to heal as Mercy. Westhoff getting, I thought that said 18 objective kills. Really good for Westhoff. But
overall, that is a sweep by the Coyotes. GG's all around.
GG.
You know, better luck next week for the Firebirds. We're gonna give our player of the game now, though. Who you got?
Honestly, I'm going to have to say that the sleeper of the game was Viking as Zenyatta.
I agree.
Viking as Zenyatta was just another DPS at that point.
It was really great play by Viking. Mm-hmm. They played tank in the first 2 maps, right?
Yeah. No, that was an interesting. Normally in these games, people will stick to one role and play it, you know, the entire time. But in this case, Viking actually played tank and then switched to support, which in all honesty, completely different play style, but it worked out. It really worked out for them.
Frankly, I think a key for Carthage was, you know, they got going too late. Mm-hmm. You know, we saw a great push by them on map 3 when they were do or die. It was overtime. But, you know, we need to see that more during the control map. We need to see that more during the hybrid map. It happened too late. And I wish that if they got it going, I think we'd still be playing right now.
Yeah, I think Carthage was able to do really well with a lot of that damage, but they really lacked those eliminations in the first 2 matches. Now, third match, really, really good. I think that was the best match that Carthage played all night.
I agree.
They were able to push it almost to the final point.
Yeah.
And that's an achievement in itself.
When you started on overtime on point 1.
Yeah. No, it's that was a really good. I think Carthage finally figured out what was working for them and what wasn't.
For sure.
And figured out the Coyotes' weaknesses. Hopefully we can pull that off sooner next week. but
Yeah,
I
hopefully.
think it's week 1. It's still
week
very
1.
early in the season.
8
It's week
weeks
1.
left. Plenty of
8
time.
weeks. Carthage is going to probably take this game, learn their mistakes. Definitely, I mean, think about it. Playing, this is their first season. This is Carthage's very first esports season. I don't know about Kansas Wesleyan. They might be in the same boat as we are, but it still takes time. We have all this time to develop. Will we go to the finals? I'd love to say we'd go to the finals.
I'd love to see it too.
I would love to see that. I think we have a chance. But it's hard to say at this point.
For sure.
I think that's all we have for tonight.
I do think that's it for tonight.
So, we have a post-game interview coming up. I don't know where our person is.
I think we're calling it on this.
I think we're going to call it there.
I think we're going to call it
We
here.
might come back. Let's just say we're going to come back in a minute or two.
In about 2 minutes,
We will see you then.
All right.
Back for our post-game interview with none other than Lunar Synergy, definitely one of the better players, or one of the best players of the game tonight, getting constant 3Ks with his nano visor. How are you doing, Lunar Synergy, after that game?
Trying to have fun. Trying to play the game. I knew it was going to be a tough team to begin with, and I knew we kind of had made plays, so for the rest of the team, they kind of just played exactly what they were said, just like, stay up top, don't do anything. I kind of wanted to flow a bit more, so I got some of those 3Ks just because I kind of just dropped or just ran at them when they didn't expect it. So I played Soldier for most of them. I think I did pretty well. I got gold every single game. And I did switch McCree for second point Dorado just because I wanted to just mix it up. I was doing pretty well with it too.
You were doing really good as Lunar Synergy, and we were curious because we're like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And your nano visors changed the game into Carthage's favor consistently.
Yeah.
So like in that case, do you regret switching to McCree, or did you like getting that practice in with McCree?
I knew we were gonna lose. Like they were really good. Like unless we just like went crazy. So I'm just like whatever. I'll just switch it up. I'll have fun with it because their Zen was throwing. He was joking, running at the whole team every time. So like me and him had a thing where we just look at each other every single fight, and I thought I had better chances with McCree. So
Yeah,
was aiming pretty
well,
well.
there's Zenyatta. There's Zenyatta in that last map. Was originally a tank player in the first game.
We scouted him. He was a leader. He's a leader of their team. He's been in top 500. He doesn't even play healer, but like since they knew they're gonna win, they didn't their best around. They swapped up roles and stuff.
Mhm.
We swapped out some of our better players just to get it in there. So with that last game, honestly, it was kind of just for fun because like obviously if we roll them, they're just gonna go back to trying.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
now, what do you think the key difference was between our team and their team?
they had more experience and they were better as individuals. We have no diamonds on our team. We just have like plats, golds, and some silvers. They're like their SR is like consistently around 1,000 to 500 above us. So they have more experience. They're better at individual. So it was really an uphill battle to begin with. So we just had to just put it out there, try our best. If we won, that would have been unreal. But I think I played pretty well anyways. I feel like some of the other team, because I was just having fun with it. Some of the other team members, they take losing a bit harder than I do. When we lose, it's like, well, so be it.
Which is a good mindset to have.
Yeah.
Especially like this is game one.
Yes, this is game one.
This is game one. Carthage's inaugural esports season. Still a lot that we're working on. Still a lot that you are still, learning. You're learning these strategies. Going into next week, though, what is one thing you think? What is one thing you think we will definitely have down, and what is one thing that we will need to work on more for next week?
One thing we have down is one thing that you don't think is good for the team.
Yeah, what do you think we're solid on, and will definitely help us in the future? And what is something that you feel like we might need to work on a little bit?
I feel like we have relatively good strategies. We could, when we're doing well, we could focus well, and our callouts are very good, and our comms are a lot clearer than used to be. Comms used to be chaotic for us, but now we cleared it and made it better. But we just got to work on overall focus, because they'll come in, they'll dive us, have one person from the back, one person and then the rest of the team front, and we just get knocked around. Everyone's confused. No one knows who to target.
Now, what was your play of the game? What do you think of the 3 matches we played, the 3 maps?
Yeah.
What do you think the best play was for anybody, not even just you?
Can I say their team?
Yeah.
Their Sigma was so good. It was unreal. He got ult twice in one fight. And he just challenged us because he knew that we weren't focusing enough. And he knew what our weaknesses were. So on second game, second point, Blizzard World, at the very end of the game, where he just stood in front of us for like a solid minute, got 2 ults in one fight. He kind of stood there. He abused all of our weaknesses perfectly. And he was, I know the best player is Viking, but I know he was just trying to like do other things or just like, mess around or just.
So you're talking about the Sigma that wasn't Viking, because Viking played Sigma for a little bit.
Wait, I forgot which time.
On Blizzard World, I remember
was it
Viking playing Sigma.
Okay, maybe it was him, because I know they switched their Sigmas at least once. And both
they
of them,
switched up their comp so many times. It was hard to keep track.
I just thought that whoever was playing Sigma played relatively the same. I know Viking, he was a lot of fun to play against, because we would just keep staring each other down. Like every single fight,
Who knew a Zenyatta and a Cassidy would be such a...
Yeah, because he's a healer, so I should go for him first.
Yeah,
he was going for me because I was the only one that would like focus him the entire game. Our other team, the rest of the team was just focusing on like whatever else. I would kind of go around, pull some tricks on him.
Yeah, I think. I mean, you said it yourself. We have some stuff down. Kansas Wesleyan, a really good team.
Yeah.
Definitely nothing to be too ashamed of. Sometimes
we did win some fights. We could get there.
No, that's a big thing. On Dorado, you guys pushed it almost to the entire through the whole.
Honestly, I think they might have given us that just to prolong the game, but like it's hard to tell.
Yeah, so I think that's all we have for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for the viewers at home and wherever you are. Thanks to the parents, the families, everybody who's watching right now. You are supporting Carthage Esports, and I think we'll have a better game next week. So we will see you all next week, same time, relatively the same time. I think. I don't know the exact time. I'll have to check that. Some time in between. Overwatch once again every Thursday for the next 9 weeks. Yeah, 8 weeks. I will see you probably for next week, Wednesday for R6. But you have been great. I hope you all have an excellent night. Catch you later, Firebirds.